Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video, I'll be sharing 5 tips for Leetcode. As we know, today, a lot of us spend a lot of time on Leetcode platform. For those who are new to Leetcode, let me tell you that Leetcode is a coding platform. And people spend a lot of time on Leetcode to enhance their coding skills so that they can crack any coding interview or they can excel in their competitive programming journey. Let me tell you that it is very important to understand where you are devoting your time. We invest a lot of time solving a lot of problems. For example, even if you solve 100 problems on Leetcode, we used to spend an average of 1 hour for every problem. That means you are spending 100 hours of yours. So before spending such a huge time on these platforms, you have to be very careful so that you can get maximum benefit out of it. So today I'll be sharing 5 tips for Leetcode which will help you to get maximum benefit out of it. These tips will be applicable for other similar platforms like Leetcode. For example, HackerRank, CodeChef, CodeForces, whatever platform you use, you can follow these tips over there as well. So let's start with the first tip. Do not click submit button frequently. So many a times we keep clicking submit button to check if our solution is correct or not. Very impatiently, we rely on the system to tell us whether our solution is correct or not. But let me tell you, this is not the correct way to do it. Because every time you click your submit button, that shows that you are not confident about your solution. Ideally, when you write your code, you should go through it thoroughly and try to do a dry run with some test cases so that you can come up with a decision if your solution is correct or not. Because in real interviews, you won't get any system like this, right? You have to give your solution on a paper and you have to tell that this is the solution I have written and I am confident about it and this should work. So to gain such a confidence, what you have to do whenever you write a solution, try to do a dry run on some test cases and try to find out the corner cases and then take a decision if you want to submit this solution or not. By practicing this kind of coding, you will see that you will be much more confident in your coding rounds. So try to practice it. Let's move to the second tip. Keep bad problems for later. What do I mean by bad problems? So let me tell you that whenever you solve any problem on Leetcode, if you notice at the top, you will see the number of likes and number of dislikes on any given problem. It is important to understand that you are going to spend an hour or two for this problem, right? So you have to be very careful that are you going to learn something from this problem? So that is the reason you always should check the number of likes and dislike ratio. So for example, let's say here there is a problem on Leetcode, delete a node in a linked list. And if you see the number of likes and dislikes, comparatively the number of dislikes are very high. That means there is something not good about this problem. You can simply go to the discuss and you can see the people must have written various reasons for that. Here someone has asked why Leetcode accepted such a stupid question. There could be various reasons. The description could be confusing or something else. That's the reason I'm saying first check the number of likes. If you feel that spending some time on this problem should be fruitful to you, otherwise you should first target the good problems from which you can learn more. And probably when you feel that you have already solved a good amount of problems, then maybe you can solve this kind of problems right later on. Anyways, there are a lot of good problems on Leetcode. A list is so exhaustive. So my advice would be you can mark it for later, or you can do one thing, you can spend a little amount of time as much as you can so that you don't put your energy to this kind of problems initially. Okay. By following this strategy, you can assure that you are spending time on good problems, and in the long run, you will see that in real interviews also, you will be getting some good problems. So let's move to the next tip. Be consistent. It is very important to be consistent when you solve coding problems, because when you solve a coding problem and you learn some new algorithm, it is very important that you solve similar kind of problems where you can apply those algorithms so that you totally understand the algorithm and the intuition behind it, and you should be confident enough that in future if you get similar kind of problem, it should be quick, like you should be able to tell that this algorithm should be applicable here. And to gain that confidence, what you have to do, you have to be very consistent. Because let's say today if you learn a new algorithm and for the next 30 days or even next 10 days or 15 days, if you haven't practiced that algorithm, it would be very difficult that if you come across any similar kind of problem after 15 days, there might be a possibility that you might not able to recall this algorithm, right? So it is very important whatever you are learning, you are practicing it, because in interviews you won't get much time. You have to come up with the optimized solution, the best solution. For that to work, you should know the practice is very important. I'm not telling you that you might get a similar problem or the same problem what you have solved in your past. That might not be happening. But in your real interviews, let's say you are given a problem statement and you go through it, right? And after certain point, if you feel that you are stuck and you are not able to think through what needs to be done next, your interviewer might give some hint, right? As soon as that interviewer gives you a hint, you should be able to come up with something, right? And that will happen only when you practice a lot of problems, because there were times that you will get problems where you have to apply multiple things in a single problem, and sometimes it happens that at the day of interview that might not be coming to your mind, but with hints this will come. Like you will be able to understand what your interviewer want you to apply. Maybe his hint is to use binary search or cyclic sort, or maybe sorting, something like that, but that will come only when you have practiced a good number of problems in your past. So it is very important to be consistent when you solve coding problem. Following this strategy, you will see you will be able to understand hints in the interview. You will be able to come up with the optimized solution quickly, because in interviews you hardly get 45 minutes to 60 minutes, right? And in that you have to come up with the best solution. So that doesn't work when you come across a new problem where you need to apply an algorithm which you don't know. It will become very difficult for you to come up with the best solution. So it's very important, be consistent, solve problems every day, try to solve similar kind of problems so that that particular algorithm or the intuition is clear to you. You should be able to identify similar problems and apply those algorithms what you have learned today. So yeah, be consistent. Let's move to the next tip. Use filters efficiently. So let me show you, there are a lot of filters on Leetcode platform, right? So let me show you some of the filters. Here if you see here lists, it has top 100 liked question, top interview questions. Then we have filters like easy, medium, hard. Then we have tags where you can select any of the specific topic. So try to use these filters as much as you can, because this will help you to target similar difficulty level of problems. So let's say today I am a beginner, I would like to solve only easy problems, right? So what I'll do, I'll simply select the easy problems. I'll see that here I get a lot of easy problems. I will first try to enhance my skills, coding skills, so that I can move to the next level of coding problems, right? This way you can target only what you want, right? So this filters is very important to understand. Let's say if you move to difficulty level hard, right? So here if you see, though the difficulty level is hard, the acceptance percentage is also high. That means compared to this problem, median of two sorted arrays and sum of distance in tree, compared to this problem is easier, right? Let's say you want to target hard problems. So what I would suggest is just sort this acceptance with descending order so that you get more accepted problems, right? As you know, these are hard problems, right? And if you start targeting those problems whose acceptance percentage is low, that means that is much more harder. So try to solve this kind of problems whose acceptance percentage is higher comparatively, right? Then this will give you more confidence to solve more hard problems. So this is where this kind of filters helps. So try to understand these filters, try to use it when you are using Leetcode or any other such platform. You can also solve problems which is company specific. Let's say you are preparing for Amazon, then you should be solving Amazon questions so that you can understand what kind of question they ask. And if you are applying for Microsoft, you should be solving questions from Microsoft. But all this thing you do once you become confident solving different algorithms or different topics, right? So that's about using filters. Let's move to the next tip. Practice your not so good topics. By that I mean sometimes you are good at some topics. Let's say you are good at dynamic programming, or you are good at graphs, but we are not good at, let's say, binary search or binary trees. So you should be also targeting your weak points, because you don't know what kind of question you're going to get in your real interviews, right? You might get questions from tree, you might get questions from binary tree, you might get question from greedy algorithm or sorting algorithm. So it is very important to practice and learn topics which you are not confident about. I have seen people who are afraid of questions from tree, who are afraid of questions from graph. I would suggest you to simply use these tags. Go to tags and then simply, let's say if you want to gain confidence on tree topic, right? Simply select it and then start solving. Like also you can filter here the easy problems. You can simply start solving those, right? This way you can gain confidence on any kind of topic. Don't afraid of any topics, because you might get questions from them and you don't want to lose this opportunity, right? So it's better to be prepared. Don't get into a trap of solving problems from topics which you know, right? Rather try to improve on topics which you are not confident about. Okay, I'm not saying that don't solve problems in which you are confident about. Practice it, but also target your weak points. It's very important. So yeah, that's about the fifth tip. I hope you will like this video, and these simple tips will definitely help you overall in your coding journey. Also, if you have any other tips, do comment in the comment section. Also, if you have any other tips, do write it down in the comment section so that others can also get to know about it. If you find this video helpful, do like this video and share this video with your friends. And also check out our competitive programming playlist where I have uploaded more than 20 videos from Leetcode. This video will definitely help you in competitive programming journey. That's all about this video. If you learned something from this video, please hit the like button. And if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and press that bell icon so that you get notified for our upcoming new videos. Thank you for watching.